Yeah, Shalom Israel. As usual, we come in week in and week out to try and, edify our people.
That's right.
Let them know of the dangers that's coming and that they must prepare themselves. And they do that by returning to their power.
That's
but
right.
before we start, we're going to give all glory, honor, and praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Muhammad, Ruhah, Qadash.
Yeah, double honors to the elders and apostles in Israel.
The fame is coming.
Double up to them, man. Yeah?
No, we want them to.
Yeah, that's right. Because they're going to be looking in that day as well. Yahweh number.
But we stand stiffly for the name
I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles in Israel who rule and teach well. To the uplifts on the highways and byways and those who truly swear in truth and sincerity. To the brothers and sisters in the truth.
That's right.
So with that,
Right, Shalom Israel. So yeah, I've got a topic today, but first, just through the Spirit, I just want to bring out two scriptures quickly.
That's right.
Because we're coming into some kind of festivities, that everyone likes to practice. Can we get Colossians 2 and 8?
Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8. It says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after a Mashiach.
Right, so the reason why I brought that out is because everyone wants to follow man, and not listen to this word that was ordained by Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. And I think tomorrow or the next day, brothers, there's what they call Halloween, and that's that word hallow means holy. And it's that hallow is not holy to the Most High.
That's right.
It's holy to the left hand side, which is satanic.
That's right.
So all you brothers and sisters, and you mums and dads out there that is in this truth or supposedly in this truth, or you follow the Most High, don't be dressing your little children up, into a dead, into the dead and to vampires and into these witches. Because it's demonic, man.
That's right.
And don't tell me, it's just fun. It's just for the children, to have a little fun, and they go knock on people's doors talking about trick and treat.
That's right.
We know a gift destroyeth the heart, so forget about the treat and the trick, and that's what we're in right now. A trick. We're being tricked right now. Come on, man, bring it out.
Ephesians 6 and 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
That's right. Break it down.
All right, so what the Bible says is very powerful because we need to understand that in Babylon, we living in that altar of wickedness, where the sacrifice that have been done on the surface. They're doing this Halloween, but below the surface, you're dealing with real, priests, warlocks and witches who are really moving through portals and that to make our people blind. The reason why people are blind is through these festivities, man. That's what the Most High told us in Leviticus 18 and 3. Do not do like the Egyptian. Why? Because you're dealing with demons. Like I said, every time you have a murder, it's because there's someone, a spirit, that jumped on that person to commit a murder. That's a very good point the brother is bringing, right? You people, you brother Israel, we need to come up because even the dressing means something. Yesterday I was finishing work, I saw a guy, in that street of Halloween, wearing all red, and he had like a dark mask on his face. And immediately I was like, oh, blood?
That's right.
And the father of the face meaning he see from he see from the dark side.
That's right.
And a lot of brothers see from the dark side, man. Look at our people today, man. Look at the woman that came now.
That's right. That's right.
Her face is covered with darkness. That's why it's the dangerous. That's right. So yeah, man. It's more than just dressing up. But yeah, dressing up is it's actually symbolic because you're walking around as you're dead because your eyes are closed, man. Your eyes may be open, but your spiritual eyes, they're closed, man. So yeah, and also it's not just about the costume. Because you're giving and you're hailing up Satan, whether you know it or want to believe it or not, you're giving praises to Satan, man, which is demonic. So we need to come out of that. Bring out your precept, man. Sorry, man.
Can I just add to what you just said? Right, so I think it was 2 summers ago, I brought out that the spiritual garments or the white garments, there's also an evil garment. So when you're putting on these costumes, you're literally signifying an evil garment. And also, the word demon or demon in Hebrew actually means desecrated dead. So when we call them demons, they literally are desecrated because they're not in the truth. They're outside of the truth. So they're dead, or dead men walking.
This is Matthew 15 verse 3. But he answered and said unto them, why do ye also transgress the commandment of the Most High by your traditions? So, you know, the Most High has given us feast days that we should actually observe. Our people tend to follow the traditions of this world.
That's right.
That's right. That's that girl, you know, in the black she's a witch. If you see a woman do that because it's someone a certain energy on you.
That's right.
That's that prophecy.
That's what it is. This is a desecrated death.
That's
So they celebrate death.
That's the death.
And it is a spirit.
And she saw, that's why when she saw them, she saw the brother as the light. And these people, they don't like the light.
That's right.
It's like, that's why when you come into certain places, people hate you for no reason why. Because you have certain energy that they don't like.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening right now. So it's all through the spirit. Whatever's happened today, the Most I want it to happen. That's what it is.
Like you were saying about they're in the dark and we're in the light. And like I was bringing out a few weeks ago, if someone in the dark, you know, say you're in a dark room and it's sunny outside, you know, that light, when as soon as you open your door, you're like, you know, that light, it hurts you. You know, you can't see.
When you wake up,
exactly.
if you're sleeping, you have to, and then you sleep in the dark and then put the light on, what happens is like,
turn off the light, turn off the light, it's too bright, and that's what we're glowing.
That's what we represent right now. The Most High don't need a big platform for him to shine. No. When you look at it, when you read Exodus 6 and 26, the Most High gathered Israel through armies, and it came to another word for army.
That's right.
The Most High don't need to do much. All you have to do is believe and keep on pushing.
That's right.
The Most High, he started with the winds. He started with prophesying to the wind. The God came all over the place. You got a brother that can now speak with boldness and zeal. That's what the Spirit of the Most High does.
We're going to bring it out. You got the preset. It's gone.
Just like the Bible, we're talking about Halloween and all these pagan wicked days. Yeah. Halloween and all these wicked days. Like, imagine how much wickedness they do on a normal day.
That's right.
So these times don't do some mad sacrifices. Wickedness. This is Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 4. Whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcraft and wicked sacrifices, and also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of man's flesh, and the feasts of blood. So, you know, I'm just saying these times are doing all sorts of sacrifices.
Nothing you want.
Yeah, there's nothing new under the sun.
We gotta know, like same way we gotta know where we're putting our energy into, man. It might seem good, you know, to the flesh, man, but you need to, you know, use that spiritual. You need to have that right spirit on you, man.
Because if you look at the apostle, they call them disciples. The reason why they call them disciples is because they were very disciplined. If you took them and compare them to the family members, people around them, they'll be the one that are more disciplined. Right? That's what it means. So to be disciplined, for example, means staying away from this thing. Because yes, if you do that, you can get, you know, you can be accepted by the world.
But there's spirits like that.
No, go on.
I was going to say there's spirits that attach those things. Right. Like how we keep the feast days, there's a particular spirit around that we know is coming from the right. So with these feast days, there's a spirit that's with it. And, you know, there's judgment for these acts that happen, man. So
this is Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 29. It reads, a violent man entices his neighbor and leadeth him unto the way that is not good. Just like what the brother said about the Halloween. They will say it's just for the kids and all that. So they entice each people to do it, which is just not good.
Also, I tell us that we're supposed to stay away from, like I said again, you know, from the Egyptian. But right now we're in Egypt. That's the modern day Egypt. That's the spiritual Egypt. So we're doing a very powerful work, man. You might not know it, but we're doing a very powerful work. You have to carry on in that spirit no matter what.
So yeah, the point of was that, man, we need to come out of these, you know, the way of this world, man. Israel, I'm talking to. I'm not talking to anyone else, but, you know, you of that 12 tribes, you know, the chosen, you know, we need to come out of this foolishness, man.
Revelation verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, like you were saying, specific people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High has remembered her iniquities.
That's right.
So yeah, the way we come out of her is stop doing what they used to do, you know? Putting on renewing that mindset.
That's right. That's right. Has anyone got anything else to touch on that subject before?
Yeah, Leviticus 18 and 3. Leviticus 18 and 3, man, concerning the feast days of Babylon captivity.
Leviticus chapter 18 verse 3. After the doings of the land of Egypt where ye dwelt, ye shall not do.
That's right.
And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whether I bring you, shall ye not do, neither shall ye walk in their ordinances.
Right, that's what the Most High is calling us to do, man. Obviously, he's living like altar, be an altar, all right, so that when people see that, they know what to do. That's why we're wearing it's very important to wear all of that, because we represent that whole vibration that is necessary in these days, man, before they leak down. But you got first Peter 4 and 17, that's been ringing through other camps in spirit. They're talking about, yo, let's get ready, let's get everything called out.
Alright, Leviticus 20 and 23. And ye shall not walk in the manners of the nation which I cast out before you, for they committed all these things, and therefore I abhor them. And one more, Leviticus 18 and 24. Defile not yourselves in any of these things, for in all these the nations are defiled which I cast out before you.
So yeah, you can't be saying, you know, I love God, I love the Most High, you know, and on the other hand say, I love this place, man. You know, this is the place for me. You can't, man. That's double-minded, man. Right. It's one or the other. It's left or right. Yeah. You know.
That's true.
You can't just pick and choose when you want to go left and right.
Right. That's powerful.
You got some local. So yeah, man, just come out of this foolishness, man. Because this place is finished. You know, there's nothing here for us, man. Let the other nations, you know, enjoy this place, man, while they still can.
Hear this, verse 18 and 25 says, and the land is defiled, therefore I do visit the iniquity thereof upon it, and the land itself vomiteth out her inhabitants. So all these things is what's defiling this place. When we read in Leviticus 18, where it says sins have reached up unto heaven, the Most High has to judge this place through fire. That's how you're going to purify the land of all the defilement that's happened.
That's right. Well, judgment has started already, man.
Well, yes.
But it's a slow one. The guy was telling me, you know how many people are killed from Vanessa and they don't report?
They're not going to report.
Exactly.
This thing is real, man. When you read Isaiah 24, it tells you about the earth being emptied. And when you read Deuteronomy 7:21, it tells you that I will get rid of this nation slowly but surely, bit by bit. So you don't have to look for the book. They started already being judgment right now. The way they're going.
That's what Jake is looking for. They just want to see that kapow for them to say, yeah.
But you know what? It's a good thing that we can see now, because it's not meant for them. But the Most High has blinded them, because when they say, I'm coming like a thief in the night. If someone coming in the night, you sleeping.
That's right.
And he's stepping in the yard, man, taking everything.
That's right.
They're not ready. The men of the Lord now, they get ready. They're ready already. So when that thing comes, they can see the signs and know what to do and what not to do.
That's right. It's like it. Blessed are your eyes when they see.
That's right.
That's why we give all praises to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, for taking us out of this slumber, you know, and giving us the most beautiful job that could ever be on this earth.
That's
you know,
right.
is to wake up the people and follow his ways, man.
Can
do
I
his
say
will.
something quickly before you carry on, sister? So the brother wanted me to talk. One thing you don't do is tell you after I was quiet, man. One funny is this, look, although we preaching right now, and we're trying our best to make things work and that, it's not easy. Sometimes we're gonna act. And I say this, I'm a real person. This morning I acted in a way I should act.
That's right.
That's the learning process, the learning curve.
Right.
But we're doing a great job. At least, the Bible says rehearse.
The right.
So when the brother comes, it's not gonna be easy. You're not gonna get rid of something like that. But you know, the Most High will help you. But that's why I encourage brother to be real. Let's be real, man. That's what I'm saying. Let's be real, okay? Let's help each other to grow. All right.
Yeah. Ezekiel chapter 7 verse 23. Make a chain, for the land is full of bloody crimes, and the city is full of violence.
Right. And that, you know what that violence is? When you read when you read 49, what I can tell you about Levi. That's your test about Levi. What I can tell you about Levi. Genesis 49.
Genesis.
Levi.
In the priest.
Yeah, no.
Oh, who they slay?
No. Instrument of
cruelty. Instruments of cruelty in their hands. Violence.
Violence in the spirit world is the witchcraft that people are.
That's right.
That's the impact that you see. It's all that's coming. That's what's happening, man.
And amongst Israel as well, man.
That's very beautiful. Right.
Ezekiel chapter 7 verse 23. Make a chain, for the land is full of bloody crimes, and the city is full of violence.
So that violence is physical, but it's always also for the spiritual for the physical to manifest. There has to be a spiritual, already established. That's what's going on. So it's a very beautiful thing about the Halloween, and we should come out of it. But that's the key, man. To be honest with you, if we all follow the feast of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, we'll have been out of here for a long time ago.
That's right, man. But we don't want to hearken, man. That's our problem, man.
Just to even add on to what the brother was saying about, we have to help each other. This is as I say in the word, no man's an island. This is Ecclesiastes 4 and 9. Two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor. But if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth. So the brothers was talking about getting a camp or build a little community that harms you, like find someone else that is in the truth and can support you. It says, but if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he has not another to help him up. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat, but how can one warm alone? And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him, and a threefold cord is not quickly broken.
So don't be afraid to block the brother out of that fire. I don't care if you don't argue or you don't fight. It is what it is, man. In the family, we do fight. It is what it is.
Even though, go.
I told you, where 2 or 3 are gathered, I'm in the midst.
Right.
It's better.
And that was the point I was trying to make to that brother earlier.
I suppose as well, you have to think, everything's all okie dokie amongst you. If everything's all okie dokie amongst you and you don't get those issues, like in what family don't you get your ups and downs?
That's right.
It's not that you have the arguments or the disagreements, it's how you have to resolve them.
That's right.
Hallelujah.
Anyone got anything else on that for the first scripture? Right, Acts 17 and 24, who's holding that one?
Acts chapter 17 verse 24. Yahweh that made the world and all things therein, seeing that...
So like the brother brought out last week beautifully, the Most High owns this world and everything therein, man. So we are not of our own, man. The Most High possesses us. Yeah, continue. I just wanted to get that out. And if you wanted to see last week's lesson, man, because the brother orchestrated it beautifully about Most High controlling everything, man, the wicked and the good, man.
That's right.
Just to say, just what the brother said, you've got to remember the Most High speaks through us. So I don't want to take no glory. Everything was through the Most High. And the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem. So he was the one who put he was the one who put that thought in my head to say what I said.
Best doings.
The Lord. How then can a man understand his own way?
Acts chapter 17 verse 24. Yahweh that made the world and all things therein, seeing that he is Lord of heaven and earth, dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
Right, so we had a sister, come up a little while ago, a wicked sister, man. And she said, where's your church, Where do you worship? And we said, it's right here, the Most High is not dwelling in these places, of worship, man. And most of our people want to go inside these places and look for the Most High. And you're looking in the wrong place, man. like it says, he doesn't dwell there, man. And most of these places have got a big, big wooden, they got idols everywhere. They got big so-called white Caesar Borgia in there, man, and that's what you're bowing down to. The Most High dealing with that, man.
That's right.
So when we telling the sister the church is here, man, like most of our people don't want to listen, man. They look at us like, look at these guys in these long roads. Like, what are these guys playing at, man? Bring it out.
This is Acts, just to what the brother was saying about the Yahushua not dwelling in temples made with hands. This is the book of Acts, chapter 7 and verse 38. And it reads, "This is he that was in the church in the wilderness,
right,
with the angel which spake to him in the Mount Seir, with our fathers who received the lively oracles to give unto us." And that lively oracles was the laws, statutes, and commandments. And where did he receive that? Was in the wilderness. That's talking about Moses in the wilderness. He wasn't in a building. He was out in the open. And the church was the congregation of people.
Isaiah 30 and 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore.
That's right.
But thine eyes shall see thy teachers.
That's right.
So us standing up out here, you'll be able to see your teachers. When in the churches, it's like you're actually preaching to the converted for what over there. All of them, let's say that was the truth, that was the way. Every week in, week out, you're preaching to the converted.
That's right.
That's right. Trying to get them, you know what I'm saying?
Can I precept something? Matthew 21 and 12. Yahushua went into the temple of Yahweh and cast out all them that sold and bought in the temple and overthrew the table of the money changers and the seat of them that sold doves. All right, and saying unto them, it is written, my house shall be called the house of prayer, but ye made it a den of thieves. All right, and
what did he do there? What did he do there? He whipped up everyone, man.
That's right.
He was vexed, man.
That's
But
right.
the point is,
The house of thieves.
the house of thieves and the house of harlots.
That's right.
Just before you bring that precept out, I was
That's
just
all
going
it
to say,
is, man.
just before you bring that out, I was just going to say, I've done a little research, and there's like 3-point-something billion people in these buildings, man.
That's right. That's
3
right.
points out
That's
a
right.
billion,
That's
man.
right.
And let's just say a billion of Israel, man. That's a shame, man. That's a billion people that are lost, man. And if they don't turn back, man, they can't get put to death, man.
Right.
That's just the truth, man.
That's right.
Bring it out.
The brother's just going to read the last bit. You've made it a house
Oh,
of...
the last bit, okay. Matthew 21 and 13. And saying unto them, it is written, my house shall be called the house of prayer, but ye have made it a den of thieves.
Yeah, this is Micah 3 and 11. The heads thereof judge for reward, and the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets thereof divine for money.
That's right.
Yet will they lean upon Yahweh and say, is not Yahweh among us? None evil can come upon us. So you can see that these people, when you go there, they're making big money.
Yep.
They're getting the offerings, they got the big car, the jet.
Yeah, and in context, when you Act 17, 25 just made this, you were dealing with this God. Wherever they went, that you always had the wicked jakes that were in them synagogues. That's why when you Revelation 2 and 9, it speaks first of to Israel and then to the wicked. All right? So we have wicked people. So the prophets that they were moving outside. So when the people will always come and ask us, oh, where do you congregate? So then we tell them, no, the Most High doesn't dwell in these buildings.
This is the temple, man.
That's right.
Okay.
So could you bring out 1 Corinthians 12 and 12?
12 and 12.
1 Corinthians 6 and 19, Salakia.
So this is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 6, and verse 19. And it reads, what know ye not, that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, Rakah Kadash, which is in you, which ye have of God, Yahweh power, and ye are not your own.
That's right. So that's the point I wanted to bring out, man. The temple is in us, man.
That's right.
And it's for us, to not defile that temple, number one. Even though you see us, you see us here, you see us all like mixed match, you know, thinking like our people want to see, like the brother was saying, they want to see us in a Rolls Royce. You know, if Anthony Joshua standing up here, there will be a queue down here. You know, because we're just looking, you know what you would call. I look and they're looking bummed out. They ain't gonna listen to us, man.
That's right.
I was watching a documentary the other day, man, about this priest in South Africa. You know, he's got like 10 Rolls Royces, and they said, you know, we're rather our priests looking like that than bummed out, man. And this is the problem with our people, man. They want to look with their eyes, and you know, if it looks good, man, then it must be good, you know.
It's Ecclesiasticus 13 and 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue. And look what he saith. They exalt into the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? Question mark.
That's right.
And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him.
That's right. That's right.
Yo, that's powerful, man.
Right.
Matthew 9 and 11. I'm just like Amos 9 and 11. And in that day, just to say that actually the temple is being raised. It's not found in the harlot house, not in the thief house. All right. This is the real temple. The third temple is being raised as we speak. All right. And that's Amos 9 and 11 say, in that day, when I raise up the tabernacle of David that is falling.
And it's so funny, like, when William teaches you about the third temple, they're looking for the
building. They're not going to Israel. They say, oh, you see, I watched the whole documentary of that. I was so pissed off. I can't believe these people about, no, it's going to be built, it's being built right now, it's secret.
And then they're waiting for that man of position to come along.
In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of the water that is fallen and close up the breaches thereof. Right. So can someone read First Peter 4 and 17? Right. So that's very important. That's coming out. It's going to come out again. Don't worry. It's going to come out. Let's say history repeats itself. That's right. Prophecy repeats itself. It's like precept repeats itself. The way you read is very different. You know what I mean? Don't worry. Yes.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4 and verse 17. And it reads, for the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh.
So yeah, so that's because the Most High, he's gonna bring everything. You see, Yahweh is a God of order, so he's gonna bring the order, right? Bring it out.
Yeah. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh?
So the Messiah is coming, man. Yahweh is coming. So say, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen and close up the breaches thereof.
That's right.
So everything that is not right in Babylon, Moses gonna make sure everything comes correct before it comes in. You know why? Because when you come in, then he has to plead with you. And when Yahweh plead with you, usually it's not good. Right? Usually. Yes. No, you don't. No. British. British. Yeah, and I will raise up his ruins, meaning like, you know, us coming out of captivity, our mindset and all of that, right? See? And I will build it as in the days of old. So,
and the days of old, that is going further back than David, like.
Days of old, like Adam. That's what I'm trying to get. When you read Deuteronomy 31, it tells you about how beautiful we are as a people, man. It's like Ezekiel 31.
I was just gonna say here, man, as the temple, man, like, you know, we are the temple. So, you know, if the temple belongs to the Most High, Yahweh, you know, you can't say you built a temple. You know, you just built a brand new temple, and you've got, and someone goes in there and says, oh, can I draw on the walls? You know, do you mind if I, you know, scribble all over the, you know, we got to look after this temple, man, and so it's not defiled, man. So we got to look after ourselves, man. That's why us up here, we're not trying to say something that we're not trying to rehearse, man. We're trying to build, you know, we're trying to get our spirit right, so we're not defiling this temple, man.
At the end of the day, the Most High will, yeah, because at the end of the day, the Most High, he's required a lot from us. That's the problem of being truthful. So I said to brother, if you're not like, there's a brother that used to come from Company, and the guy had to be chubby. He was like, yeah, I was struggling, like I know you're talking about it. And I was like, I'd rather you just go through your journey. Because once you step in that,
see this journey.
that's a whole different. Let's say blood in, blood out. This truth is blood in, blood out.
Yeah, that's right.
It's blood in, blood out.
That's right. Yeah. So I wanted to read the precept I read before and add one more. Right. So this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19. What? Now ye know that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, Rakakadash, which is in you, which ye have of God Yahweh. And ye are not your own. You don't belong to yourself.
Read
Verse
that
20.
again, please. Look.
And ye are not your own.
Please read it from the top.
Right. This
That's
is
for edification of our people. They need to hear that, right?
So it's not even yours to destroy, man. It's not even yours to devour.
that's what I wanted to bring out.
Bring it out.
So this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 19 and 20.
Read that slow.
Verse 19. What? You know, like what?
Right.
Your question mark.
Yeah, you know
what?
what say what?
Yeah, I just pre it now.
Or
What?
they say, now what?
Yeah, what?
Then that
What
one
did
break
you
it
know?
down. Now what? Did you know? Yeah, go on.
Know ye not, don't you know ye not, that your body is the temple.
You know why I say that? Because there was a situation where people took it for granted.
Exactly.
So you have to tell them, don't you know?
Yeah.
So you didn't know that this thing was some serious thing. You can't do whatever you want.
That's right.
You say your children don't belong to you. You
That's
don't
right.
belong to yourself.
That's right.
No,
That's right.
When the brother was the brother that came, he was like, oh yeah, I know, I can. So this Bible, I don't believe it, but I can write it. I said, do you know what's gonna happen to you in 1 hour? You don't know. You don't control this thing.
That's right.
Carry on, my brother.
When death comes to your door, you can't say, well, come back.
Come on, come on.
Body is a temple of the Holy Ghost, Rakah Kadash, which is in you, which ye have of God Yahweh power, and ye are not your own.
Not so your
With a
destiny
question mark
is
too.
not your own.
Yeah.
Your life is not your own. In this truth, you are just a vessel.
That's right.
You are just a vessel.
Verse 20, for ye are bought with a price.
Can I break it down for you, please?
Go for it.
You gonna talk? Read that part again.
Verse,
I want to make clear something clear.
this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 20. For ye are bought with a price.
Now,
There-
this brother sent me, he sent me a thing about the voodoo. Remember the
Right.
thing about voodoo? What did he say about the sacrifice? Sacrifice is always required. Now, them guys from Benin, we know them all, the Levite. So they can see on the left side, right? Yahweh himself required a blood sacrifice. That's why he bought, what did he do? He bought, he's so real that he bought at a price. And Yahweh was that price. And also, before we get into the kingdom, there will be brother that will die. It's called the martyrs. These are the sacrifices that will be put on the altar to please Yahweh.
Sweet savor, man.
So we have to be careful how we move in this truth. Because Yahweh, we see spirits sometimes in West Africa where people will do something wrong and next thing you know they're dead or something happened to them or to their wife or to the children because these people they get compromised. They're supposed to give a chicken, they didn't give a chicken on Friday, sundown. Then they got licked. Alright? Same principle.
That's right.
But they took it from Yahweh.
That's right.
I was going to say as well, when it says we all got a price to pay, like we're all going to have a price to pay. So, say for example, you get a phone contract and it's 18 months. Halfway through that, you can't just cancel the contract.
No.
You're still going to have to pay for it.
That's right.
So you can drop out the truth, whatever. You're still going to have that price
That's right.
to pay at the end of it.
That's right.
You know, we got a contract which was everlasting.
That's right.
So you know that contract's binding forever. So
And before you carry on, what happened in Exodus 24 and 8?
Made a covenant.
He made covenant by what? By blood.
This is
So carry on, let me read this one.
yeah, this
So
is.
you can all make sense.
I'll run it in. This is Hebrews 9, and I start 19. For when Moses had spoken every precept to all the people according to the law, he took the blood of calves and of goats with water and with scarlet wool and with hyssop and sprinkled both the book and all the people, saying, this is the blood of the testimony or covenant, which the Most High has enjoined unto you. And the Bible says, don't make a vow and don't keep it. It says, moreover, he sprinkled with blood both the tabernacle and all the vessels of the ministry. Here's the point I want to bring out as well. And almost all things are by the Lord purged with blood, and without shedding of blood,
Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So you can be purged yourself.
for that blood.
Because remember, get that one yourself. Brother, we need to understand certain things, man. Let us bring it out. Yeah, we let us bring move. You bring it good points, so we're gonna.
I've got something.
Yes, you know. Yes, it's not.
Come back.
You're not finished. You're not
With
finished.
something you
Yes,
said.
just hold it.
This
I'm
is
trying to-
Ezekiel
It's gonna be you.
20 and 30. I'll start at 36. Like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt, so would I plead with you, saith Yahweh power, and I will cause you to pass on the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant, and I will purge out from among you the rebels, and them that transgress against me. I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn. They shall not enter into the land of Israel, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh.
Yes, that's what you prepare in Carry on, man.
Just going to say, just what the brother just said there. The same way he purged our forefathers in the wilderness. That's what that's going to do. What happened? Remember, they all sinned and all that, and what happened? Every one of them died, and only that younger generation went in.
And Caleb and Joshua.
Yeah, and yeah, the only two of the original, like, flock that came out of Egypt was Caleb and
They were
Joshua.
young when they came out.
But you know the brother said only the children went through. What the Bible say? You must be born again.
That's right. That's right.
Ah, yeah, you know.
Born again, man.
Right, so before I bring this out, you mentioned Benin, and you said that they're Levites, right? So through
For
the
the most
Spirit,
part, not all of them, but the one that are doing this thing was they come from that Levi family, Aaron.
so through the Spirit, Benin, if it was written in Paleo Hebrew, would be Ban Ayan. So Ayan or Ayin means spring, eye, tear, or fountain, and Ban means son. So if you say son of tear, or son of water, fountain, or son of spring, what you're actually saying is son of water, and we know what the living water is.
And who was the giver that the Lord gave us?
That's the point. That's what I'm trying to bring out.
Yes.
Right. So let me get back to this now. So this is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 20. For ye are bought with a price, therefore glorify God, Yahweh power, in your body and in your spirit,
Don't sin. That's what it means.
and in your spirit, which are God's Yahweh power.
Precept.
God's
2
grace.
Corinthians 6 and 16. And what agreement as the temple of the Most High with idols? For ye are the temple of the living power, as the Most High has said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their power, they shall be my people. That's it. What of vain, tying in.
That's right. That's right.
First Corinthians 12 as well.
Oh, let me, the next verse says, verse 17. Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. So that's the only way you're going to be able to come to, be received by the Most High, by keeping the temple clean.
That's it, not defiling the temple, man. That's it.
1 Corinthians 12 and 12. For as the body is one and have many members, all the members of one body, being many, are one body. So also is a Mashiach.
So that right there, we got our separate temples, but together we make a body, man. And not everyone is the same, man. We can't have 8 legs, and 8 arms.
That's right.
There's got to be the legs, man. Just to hold you, the arms for feeling, the
That's
eyes
right.
for seeing,
That's
the
right.
ears for hearing, man. And
Hearing.
we all got separate gifts.
That's right.
And as a body, we gotta work and sync, man. So we gotta have that same spirit,
That's what's the same. The spirit is the same.
Hold it. Let me hold it. Analogy. That body, that's the reason why I keep on saying being real, because sometimes people might not understand. So my point is, we a body, right?
Yeah.
So if your right arm
Go on,
going too much to the gym, innit?
No, you're gonna bring it out. Go on, bring it out.
Because I touch it like,
I know, right?
must be hitting the gym hard. So if your right hand has pain, or it's hurt, then Okay, now you're still saying, oh, bro, we don't care, man. We don't care. He can do whatever he wants. No,
That's right.
they have to be worried about that, but sooner or later, they're going to come here.
And also, why we got to all walk, be on one accord, and in that same spirit. You can't have the left leg go left and then your right leg say, no, man, we're going right, You're going to look
why
mad.
I say we're going to have what? A council. So we're establishing a council right now so that if you don't want to work like that,
That's it.
yeah, we're going to need a council. That will help them. Carry on. Carry on, my brother. You need
You want to speak on the same thing?
Yeah, I wanted him to.
You want to say something? Go on.
I just had a precept.
Go on, bring it out.
Just on what you just read a minute ago was 1 Corinthians 12 and 12. You just read. Yeah.
1 Corinthians 12 and 13. For by one Spirit are we all baptized in one body, whether we be Jews or Gentiles, whether we be bond or free, and have been all made to drink into one Spirit.
So what that's bringing out is that although we may be individual members of the body, we have one united spirit.
That's right.
That's what it says after that.
Yeah, go on.
For the body is not one member, but many.
Exactly.
For if the foot shall say, because I am not the hand, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? Question mark.
Question mark, exactly. So the point being that we are one, and we are manifesting the image of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which is Yasha, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Shammai Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Alahayanawa, Yahweh Akkad, which means Yahweh is one. And Jesus Christ is one with Yahweh, and we are one with Yahushua.
Alright, now in all reality, that's the Bible. In all reality, how do you manifest that? You manifest that by being real to your brother.
That's right.
And being real with your brother, if you don't listen to your brother, you go and tell him. You don't post it, for example. You be real. If you're real to one another, your body will be strong. But if you're not real, block your brother out of the fire. Don't be afraid. You might not like it, but that's your brother. How can you say you love someone, you see him and you don't say nothing?
That's right.
How are you a body then?
Precept, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 6. I'm just jumping up a couple of verses. And it reads, and there are diversities of operations, which is, there are, in the body, you can have different diversities.
Different personality.
Right.
Different characteristics.
So why is that? Is that quickly? Because in this thing, we're coming from all different walks of life.
That's right.
Come to this place to know each other and come from different walks of life.
And different generations too, by the way.
So check that. And there are diversities of operations, but it is the same Yahweh. It is the same Yahweh which worketh all in all. So we are still working for the same goal, even though we have like different operations.
Different angles.
Right. We still want the same goal.
And the body as one is strong, If one of the arms is broken, it's less strength than having the whole body on one accord, Like I said, in sync, man, working with each other, That's that real love, man. That's what we're going to get. Who's got Romans 12 and 10 and 11? Bring it out, huh?
This is Romans chapter 12 and verse 10. And it reads, be kindly affectioned one to another with brotherly love, in honor, preferring one another.
That's what we got to do, man. That's what we got to do. We got to show that brotherly love. And how do we show that brotherly love, man? By correcting each other. If someone feels weak, and listen. And that's why it's good that it says two's better than one, man. So if you got an issue and you're feeling weak, you can call the brother up and say, look, man, I've got an issue with this. Can you please show me some guidance? And that's showing real love. Not yeah, brother, let's go get a draw, let's go get some smoke and smoke it. I love for that, brother. You're giving that to me for free. I love, brother. Love, man. I love
treat this thing, man. When people say real, you got real, brother. But in the way that movies, they say, oh, I give you a draw. That's love. No, you're giving me poison. What's wrong with you?
That's death, man.
You know what I mean?
It's hate.
That point, that point is very,
that's hate, man. It's the opposite to love. Complete opposite. And that's why they say love in this place, because this place is backwards, man.
But that's why the Bible says trust in the Most High with all your heart.
All your soul,
In
yeah.
the world, you think that, give my brother a jaw weed for free is a good thing. But, you know, what is it actually doing to the brother? It's like destroying his temple.
A gift destroys the heart, isn't it?
That's right. And unless this truth.
That's right, that's right, that's right.
Verse 11. you want to tell me?
Yes, yeah.
Verse 11 of Romans chapter 12. Not slothful in business.
Right, so I was just gonna say, not slothful in business, man. So if you had your own business, you just started up your own business, for example, a delivery business or something, and you get some calls in for delivery, you're like, man, you know what? Nah, I'm just gonna chill for now, man. We can't be like that, man. So Britt, say it again from the top, man.
Verse 11 of chapter 12 Romans. Not slothful in business.
So we can't be slothful in this business, man. Like I said, this is the most important job we got here, man. You can't go into work, say you got to drive a forklift, you can't go into work and be sloppy with it, man. You might kill someone, man. You might drop something and kill someone. Or if you're building a house, you know, you're a builder, and you leave out a couple bricks, man, that house is going to crumble. So we can't be slothful in this, man. Continue on.
Fervent in spirit, serving Yahweh.
Come on, man. That's what I had to do, man. Serve the Most High, how much you can say. Can someone get 2 Chronicles for me?
Listen, this is Proverbs 19 and 15. It's like that. It says, slothfulness casteth into a deep sleep, and an idle soul shall suffer hunger. So, those that's in a deep sleep, yes, they've been slothful. No, the man that wanted, when we was in the world, was being slothful. In a deep sleep. That's why the scripture actually speaks about being diligent. You know, you have to be diligent, being mindful of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Being on top of the game.
Yeah, that's right. 2 Timothy 4 and 2. Preach the word, be instant, in season, out of season.
That's right.
Rebuke.
And that's someone that's not slothful, Carl. If you're slothful now, when it's all cold, it's like, boy, you know what? I just turn on the heat and we just wait till it warms up a bit outside. You know what I'm saying?
Bring that up from the top again. Up from the top.
2 Timothy 4 and 2. Preach the word, be instant.
Be instant. So, you know, the strongs for that word instant, you know, G2186, you know, it says to be ready. You know, and it also means of persons coming up suddenly, man, and that's what we got to be ready for.
That's right.
You know, anyone from any walk of life that's in Israel can come up, man. So we got to be ready, you know, to answer them, man, because we're the ones who's meant to be giving them, you know, that hope, man. So yeah, go on, continue on.
Salakia. In season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine.
So that long suffering as well, man. That long suffering is patience, man.
That's right.
What a lot of our people don't have is that patience, man.
That's right.
And you know, patience, endurance.
That's right.
You know, being able to endure this, man. This ain't no 100-meter sprint, man. This is that long distance, man. This is that marathon, man. We gotta keep going, man.
And also that word exhort, let's talk about the brothers. You exhort your brother, man.
That's like
You advise them in a good way, so things like that.
And another meaning for that long suffering is constancy. And constancy means a quality of being faithful and dependable. So they're sort of depending on us, man. They're depending on us to show them, man. So we gotta be instant, we gotta be ready. That's right, and Yahweh Shai is dependent on us, man, to wake up these sheep, man.
Yeah, you go ahead.
This is Acts 20 and 28. It says, take ye therefore unto yourselves and to all the flock over the which the Holy Spirit has made you overseers to feed the church of the Most High, which he has purchased with his own blood. So
That's right.
We can't really be taking this lightly, right?
So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 25, and it reads, but that which you have already, hold fast till I come. So this is in reference to patience. And he that overcometh, meaning patiently keeps the word, or keeps the word, and keepeth my works, you see, it's spelled it out, unto the end, to him will I give power over the nation. So that's the reward we're going to have. But we have to patiently hold on to the faith, to the law, and to Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
He's got First James chapter 1 verse 3.
Yeah, this is the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 3, and it reads, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience.
Like I said, man, we gotta have that patience, man. There might be times, you know, where you're feeling low, you know, and you're feeling weak and that. You know, you're like, you know what? I'm not even gonna come to camp today, man. You know, I'm not. You know, nothing's happening, man. I've been doing this 6 years now, and you know, and the Most High is still not coming. That's about having that patience and that long suffering, man. And that endurance. Bring it. You got something on? Endurance, sis? Okay. So yeah, man, it's the key thing which a lot of our people don't have. It's that patience, man.
That's right.
Yeah, verse 12.
First James chapter 1 and verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation.
That endurance is getting, like the brother said, getting into patience.
That's right.
For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life.
So if you drop out of this truth, you know, things ain't moving fast enough for you, you're just gonna, like, what, you're gonna get the blessing that's coming, man. So you receive the crown of life. When you read Revelation 3 and 10, it says, because you got it, yeah?
No, it's just going to be that.
No, get it.
You must read it.
Revelation 3 and 10.
So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 10. And it reads, because thou hast kept the word of my patience.
So if you don't endure to the end, you're not keeping the word of that patience, man. Where it says, wait upon me till I rise up to the break. That's patience again.
That's right.
And also in Acts 14 and 22.
That's right.
Yeah. But if you leave the truth because of that, then you don't understand what's going on. Because this truth is not, you know, it's not like in church where they tell you, oh, in 6 months you're gonna have a red jeep. You know what I'm
So
saying?
what, 100 pounds, you reap £1,000 pounds.
That's not what it's talking about. Right? This is some brother that came back through the purification and that have to, you know, pay the price to get to the kingdom, to get a crown. This is not for everybody. If you want to make money, you want to be rich in that, you can do trading. You can show you how to do trading, you can do businesses. Get to the Vanessa and start traveling, and you'll be fine. But if you come in this truth, boy, this truth is something else, man. Act 14 and 22 says this, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith that we must.
That continuing is that patience.
That's right.
And that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh.
This is how you know this is repetitive, because you basically said the similar thing in verse 12 where the trying of your patience.
That's right. That's right.
At the end of it, you get that eternal
You get the
life.
crown.
Think about it, this crown is not corruptible. No one can come and steal that crown. That crown is forever. So for you to get it, you're going to have to go through something, man. You can't just get it like that.
Listen, if there was a fight, yeah? Imagine a fight, this is going to be 10 million. What the training?
That's right. That's right.
Winning that fight.
That's right.
They're not going to be slothful, boy. Belly
Like the brother said, through lots of tribulation. And that word tribulation means oppression and affliction, man.
That's right. That's
no one
right.
says it's going to come easy, man. We're going to have to go through shit, man.
They told you. Yes, 2:1. And when thou comes to serve the Most High, prepare yourself for temptation, but then and constantly endure.
You know what that goes into as well, because remember when you're in the world, well, me personally, when I was in the world, nothing bothered me. Nothing bothered me, you know, because when you're in the world, you don't have that conscience of something telling you going off.
You didn't know what was to bother. There was nothing to, but you know.
Yeah, exactly. But when you come in the truth now, you get convicted.
You know why you were in the congregation of the dead. So when you're dead, you don't feel anything, but your conscience is dead. When you come in this truth, that's why you start to feel more. Sometimes you'll be at work, you feel the same pain, but you see the the silliness and the ignorance of people, it gets to you, man.
Like you said, the congregation of the dead, man. When I was younger, I used to like watching them zombie movies.
Yeah, me too.
Where they're walking around,
me too, yeah.
and it's funny because what they were after, you know, they're walking around. What they were after was brains. You know, they wanted to eat brains.
That's right.
You know, so
blood,
the only way you
they
kill them as well.
Yeah, that's because
The only way you shoot them,
So they was lacking knowledge, man. They was
It's
lacking
serious, you know.
So yeah, all of that
Esau heart is
man.
very, very deep.
Sinister, man.
Esau knows this truth.
He'll put it in your face.
He knows this truth.
Them are the top elites.
But you know, can I
You
just
know
say,
this-
this is what you said about the zombies that they were walking around. They were, but just check it out as well. They were the dead. And who were they looking for? The living.
That's
Oh,
that's the point.
That's it.
That is powerful.
You know?
Come on, hey, Esau knows this truth, man.
Yeah.
That's why only with them work with the elite and then with the CIA. Watch all the movie that they're bringing now. It's so spiritual. You like, how can such carnal people know these spiritual? That's because the Most High allow them. Because they're like the left inside prophets. That's why you have a lot of the predictive. Yes, yes,
Exactly. Yeah.
predictive for programming. So they're showing you
right.
what's actually. It's powerful.
A lot of people don't see it like this. Like, oh, that was a good movie, you know. Like, if it weren't like, you know, but like, that's not just a movie, man. They're trying to show you, they're trying to tell you something, man. There's a lot of truth in these movies, man.
It's another good movie.
It's another movie. It's the best movie.
That's the best.
With the ultimate director to movie
right.
producer.
Yahweh's terrible, but Yahweh's the best director, man. First Peter, yeah? Let's read. First Peter, chapter 3, and verse 15. And it reads, but sanctify.
1 second. So, but sanctify, you know, and by sanctifying, we got to separate from these profane things, man.
That's right.
Separate from these profane things and dedicate yourselves to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
That's right. I'll bring it out front for the top.
But sanctify the Lord Yahweh in your hearts and be ready.
Be instant.
That's right.
That's right.
Always to give an answer to every man
In season and out of
that
season.
asketh you a reason of the hope that's in you with meekness and fear.
That's
So,
right.
number one, we got to fear the Most High, man. We can't be up
That's right.
here. We can't be up here on some joke thing, you know.
That's
we
right.
literally got to have fear that we're doing the right thing. So if someone, like the scripture says, someone does come up and they're like, why should we believe in what you're saying, you know? We got to be ready and be instant to tell them, man, look, there's a promise for us, man. We've turned away from how we was meant to be, man. We was in a covenant, man. We was in a contract with the most highest power.
He is the king of the universe. He's working.
That's right.
Sometimes, I'll tell you something. Yesterday I'm praying here, and I see a dead body. I see a dead body. And I'm like, I was scared. I pray, I'm just, I say, Yahweh, if it's me, bro, should it be? I woke up very fine. But when I saw it, I was like, wow, Moses can show you certain things. How wicked, I wouldn't say wicked, how terrible Yahweh is, man. So what you said is right, it's powerful. We fear, man. When we come here, we need to check ourselves first before we come here, my brother. Look, I know sometimes I go a bit too much, but it is what it is, my brother. Like, you can't be doing this work and you playing, my brother. You will be sad. You're doing it to yourself, bro. This is the king of you. Look the power he gave to Esau. Look, he gave Esau the sword. Who is Esau today? A base man, when you read Job 30, the guy couldn't even speak a language. But today, look how he's ruling. And the world
They were grinding in the bushes.
come on, man. You should fear me. You should fear Yahweh. And I start with myself. I should fear Yahweh more. I don't think I fear him more. I should fear him seriously, man.
Can't.
I
That's
don't
right.
think we can ever fear him
Enough.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's right. That's right. That's what we're here to do. We first, if we're going to show anyone anything, we got to fear the Most High and we got to do it.
And keep his commandments.
That's the beautiful thing, man. I have nothing else to say. See right there, that's it. That's the conclusion of the matter. That's the conclusion of the matter. You know?
Like Ezekiel 37 and 9 for me.
This is Psalms 119, verse 120. It says, my flesh trembleth for fear of thee, I am afraid of thy judgments. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of our people don't fear, don't really fear the judgments of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you don't think there's anything that's going to happen to you for what you're doing, there's no real reason for you to even have any inkling to do what you're told. You know, if you think that, like say your parents said, well, clean up your room, and you know there's no judgment for you not cleaning up your room.
You ain't gonna do it.
That's right. They saying that in the video of the mommy, she come in the boy, she told him for weeks to clean the yard. He don't want to clean his room. Then he's running away, he's going under the yard. He's like, mommy, I'm telling you, I will clean it. She said, I don't want to hear nothing. Come out. And she had to run there. She was like, mommy, I'm telling you, if you give me another chance, I will clean it purely clean. She said, listen, come out. And that's Yahweh.
But that's what I was about to say. That's the truth. Yeah, you've been told over and over and over, clean up your temple. So when judgment starts to rain now, it says, I will mop on your fair
and the reason why he does that is go through brothers because he loves us. One thing about Yahweh, he loves his children. How many times I've messed up? Bro, the thing I've done as far as adultery, my brother, this is killing. Start thinking about it. Look. But he took me out of it. The thing I do as far as disrespecting my mothers, even my father. Look, see the reaction I used to it. I did it. People have to go, Dick, are you mad? Come here. I said, I don't care. Look, that's wicked. The Most I said, don't dishonor your head. I did that.